All right, before we get into it, do me a quick favor. Smash that like button, drop a comment, and make sure you're subscribed. Because today, we're talking about a new titan that just stormed the AI arena, and it came out of absolutely nowhere. We're talking about a model so powerful, people are already calling it a true challenger to GPT-5. We are going to unmask the 745 billion parameter model that could seriously shift the entire balance of power in AI. Let's dive in.
So if you've been anywhere near the AI developer community in the last few weeks, you've heard the whispers. A mysterious new model just showed up on platforms like OpenRouter, codenamed Pony Alpha. And the thing is, it's performing at a level that has everyone asking the same two questions. What is this thing, and where on earth did it come from?
And let me tell you, this is not just hype. Developers are reporting that Pony Alpha is an absolute monster when it comes to complex agentic workflows. And what that really means is, this is an AI that can autonomously plan and execute multi-step tasks. Its ability to use digital tools with almost perfect accuracy, well, that's a total game changer. It's kicking off a brand new AI arms race right before our eyes.
Now, to really get why this is such a massive deal, you have to understand that the game itself has changed. We are so far beyond simple chatbots now. The real frontier, the place where fortunes are going to be made and lost, is in the code.
You know, Deirdre Bosa from CNBC put it perfectly. She said coding is where AI stops being a fun little novelty and starts becoming a tool you can't live without. This is where AI agents are doing real, tangible work, writing, debugging, and deploying complex software all on their own. And believe me, whoever wins this new code war is going to win the future of AI.
So let's get crystal clear on what we mean by agentic AI. This isn't about asking an AI to write a poem for you. No, this is about an AI that can understand a complex goal, create a step-by-step plan, and then use digital tools like code interpreters and web browsers to get the job done all by itself. Simply put, it's AI that does things.
And here's a perfect real-world example of how this actually works. A user gives a simple, one-sentence prompt. From there, the AI agent takes over. It autonomously plans the entire project, writes all the code, scours the web for data, and builds a fully functional application from scratch. That is the kind of power we're talking about, and it's exactly why this new mystery model is causing such a massive stir. So we come back to the billion-dollar question. Who is behind this mysterious world-class model? Well, the community wasn't about to sit around and wait for a press release. Oh no, they put on their detective hats and started digging for clues.
And what they found was just fascinating. By hitting the model with some really specific and clever prompts, they uncovered what you could call a fingerprint, a unique digital signature that could only point to one specific lab in the entire world. The mystery was about to be blown wide open.
The detective work here was honestly brilliant. First, they noticed the model's system prompt kept referencing something called GLM. Okay, interesting, but the real smoking gun was a unique logical bug. See, when you prompt models from one particular family with the phrase, heat vegetable oil in the pan, they give this bizarrely wrong answer. And guess what? Pony Alpha had the exact same quirky bug. That, combined with the timing right before an expected launch, well, it sealed the deal.
And the identity of Pony Alpha is GLM-5, the new flagship model from Zhipu AI. Now, if you haven't heard of them, they're a major Chinese AI company that spun out of the prestigious Tsinghua University. And they just stealth-launched a model that is going toe-to-toe with the best in the world.
And when you pop the hood and look at the specs, the sheer scale of this thing is just staggering. Zhipu isn't just trying to compete anymore. They are swinging for the fences, aiming for that top spot with a true technological titan.
Okay, get ready for this number. GLM-5 has a total parameter count of 745 billion. Just to put that into perspective for you, that is nearly 4 times the size of GPT-3. This is a colossal model, putting it in the exact same league as the most powerful AIs ever built. And the engineering behind it is just as impressive.
Now, here is the absolutely crucial part. GLM-5 was built on a completely sovereign, domestic Chinese tech stack. From the Mindspore software framework all the way down to the Huawei Ascend chips it was trained on, this entire model was developed completely independent of any US hardware. In the face of heavy sanctions, Zhipu didn't just survive, they thrived, building a world-class model entirely on their own terms.
What's so incredibly strategic here is how they built it. For GLM-5, Zhipu didn't try to reinvent the wheel. Instead, they adopted a highly efficient architecture from a competitor, DeepSeek. This shows a ruthless focus on performance over pride, and it allowed them to nearly double their parameter count and completely leapfrog their own previous generation. It's a seriously smart move.
All right, it's time for the main event. We've got the specs, we know the backstory, so how does China's new champion actually stack up against the undisputed king of the hill, OpenAI's upcoming GPT-5? Let's break it down.
Now, this comparison tells a really fascinating story. Yeah, GPT-5 is probably going to be larger overall, but GLM-5 is incredibly efficient, activating only a small fraction of its parameters at any given time. But the real story here, it's in those bottom 3 rows. GLM-5 runs on hardware completely independent of the US. It's expected to be released as an open-weight model, which is huge. And its API pricing is a tiny fraction of what we expect from GPT-5. This isn't just a technical challenger. It's a completely different strategic playbook.
And that brings us to the big picture. The emergence of GLM-5 isn't just some isolated event. It is a massive signal that the fundamental dynamics of the global AI race are shifting right under our feet.
There are 3 key trends driving this new reality. First, open-source models are letting innovation spread across the globe at a speed that sanctions just can't contain. Second, hardware sovereignty isn't a theory anymore. Zhipu just proved you can build a frontier model without US chips. And third, this confirms that elite AI talent and groundbreaking research are happening all over the world, not just in Silicon Valley. Here's the bottom line. The old playbook of closed models, total reliance on US hardware, and centralized talent, that playbook is officially being challenged. The new reality is open, it's sovereign, and it is global. This is a fundamental restructuring of the AI landscape, and it has massive implications for literally everyone.
So the real takeaway here isn't about whether GLM-5 beats GPT-5. It's that we are officially in a multipolar AI world, with multiple nations building frontier models on completely different tech stacks. The race for AI dominance no longer has one clear frontrunner. It's a whole new ballgame. And the only question left is, are we ready for what comes next?